Hey Hilti fans, welcome back to our next episode of Hilti Live. My name is Krista and today we have a special treat for you. Now before we get started, we'll wait for a couple people to join. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. And if you're interested in watching more episodes of Hilti Live, they are on our YouTube and our Facebook channel. So today, like I said, we have a special treat for you. We are in our Tool Service Center in Irving, Texas, and we're gonna be talking about our aftermarket service with Rod and Adam. They're gonna be our guides. So please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Rod. I am the North America product manager for aftermarket service. I'm responsible for our repair and warranty service.
My name is Adam. I am the training and refurbishment coordinator here in the Tool Service Center, and I am responsible for the refurbished tool program and the Hilti apprentice program.
Awesome. I'm very excited for this episode. So let's start at the very beginning when a tool goes down on the job site. I know you guys are thinking, what do we do? So Rod, what do they do?
Yes, so here at Hilti, we offer a wide range of service offerings to our customers that allows them to get their tool into one of our 6 tool service centers throughout North America. There are actually 5 channels where the customer can actually interact or engage with Hilti. So the first one is downloading the Hilti OnTrack 3 app. Also, you can go to Hilti online to be able to submit that repair request. And then you can visit one of our Hilti stores, or you can contact our customer service team who would be more than happy to be able to submit that repair request, or you can connect directly with your local Hilti representative to get that tool into our hands.
All right, so the tool is now in our hands and it gets delivered to one of our repair service centers. So that's where Adam comes in. What happens when the tools get in?
All right, so once the tool's shipped, it'll come straight through this door. We get a trailer dropped every day. That'll have the majority of the tools that we receive for the day. We'll unbox them and unload everything here. You'll see we just finished unboxing right now. Once everything's unboxed, our receiver will verify that the tool arrived on the correct notification. And as long as everything checks out, we will receive the tool into our system and place it on one of those carts that corresponds to the work group for that tool. Once the cart fills up, then we'll move it to the work group where the repair will take place.
So they get put on carts and then they go to each station. Let's jump into the stations.
All right, so every tool we make is arranged into a work group based on the characteristics for that tool. This first work group here, this is 2000. This is where we do the heavy hammer drills and the breakers. These are the carts of the received tools. These are ready to be repaired. The technicians will take a tool off the cart, bring it to their workbench, where they'll scan into the tool. You'll see that the schematic's there, and they can, they're all touchscreen, so they can just choose the parts that they need to actually complete the repair. Here, this is a perfect example of how we've integrated ergonomics into the work group. This is a tool holder that they can place a tool on and then move it around so they don't have to bear any weight of the tool, and they can manipulate it how they need to complete the repair. Also, under the bench, you can see the colored bins. That's an example of how lean has been implemented in the work group. That is where we store our scrap throughout the day, so we can empty it out once a day instead of having to go after every single repair. So we can go to the other work groups.
Yeah, let's check out the next station.
So this next station is our 1000 work group. This is where we do the small hand drills, reciprocating saws, impacts, mainly the small tools. Over here we have our 4000 work group. That's where we do our heavy diamond. This is also a great example of how we store our parts in the work groups. These are parts trolleys. Every part is assigned a specific location. So as the technician is working on the repair, it'll tell them the location and then they can go pick the exact spot from where that part is.
And one thing I noticed when I first came in here is how clean and organized everything is. So it just speaks to how Hilti is. So
yes, we take pride in the facility, and a clean work environment is just more efficient to work in. So over here is actually where our Tools on Demand make-ready area is. All tools for Tools on Demand go out to the customer job site. When they're done, they ship them back here and they go through the repair process just to make sure that it works. And then they'll go here to get a final cleaning before they get put back on the shelf.
So I am super excited because, as Adam mentioned, these tools, part of our premium tool park, which is formerly Tools on Demand, allows our fleet customers the ability, if they have a repair request, they can also actually request a loaner tool, which comes out of this premium tool park inventory. So it is one of the value propositions, a part of our fleet tool park management service offering that we have here at Hilti.
And if you guys have any questions while we're giving the tour, please drop them in the chat. Let's move to the next station.
All right, so the next work group is 6000. This is where we do our DX tools, powder actuated tools. Here, this is a perfect time to show you how we function test our tools. Every single tool that comes in is function tested before we complete the repair and send it back to the customer. This is also another great time to show you how we store the tools in the work groups in the parts trolleys. So this right here is a sound deadening room where we can actually function test the tools that are gunpowder actuated. We can test them here on these steel plates. This room just softens the sound for the rest of the tool service center so we're not blowing out any eardrums. So we can move on to the next work group over here. Right across from us is our 5000 work group. That's where we work on gas saws, grinders, and vacuums. You'll notice that it's enclosed. These tools are almost always dirty and they are definitely always loud. So we have the enclosure here that has a special ventilation system where we can pull out any concrete dust, any other dust, exhaust fumes. And as I mentioned before, we function test every single tool that goes through the service center. So that means we are turning on every single gas saw to make sure that it functions properly under load. And this will pull out all those exhaust fumes so that there's no impact to the technicians during the repair process.
I think this speaks volume to how Hilti is. We're taking care of our tools, but we're also taking care of our people.
Absolutely. And so one thing that Adam showed you back in the direct fastening area is where they physically check each one of those tools to make sure that it is operable and running properly. So when it does get back to your job site, you are able to complete that job that you're working, because we understand that if once the tool goes down, you lose productivity and of course you lose profit.
So we're coming towards the end of our tour. We're kind of running out of space here, but what is on this screen here, Adam?
So this screen here is what we call our scoreboard. This is one of our main tools for visibility and planning. This basically tells us how many tools we've received, how many repairs have been completed, and our current backlog. With this, we can move around our technicians to make sure all the work groups finish around the same time and that all the repairs get done.
So as part of our Hilti 22-in-1 warranty, the 20-year manufacturer warranty, the 2-year wear and tear, and then of course our 1-day repair turnaround once it gets into one of our tool service centers. Of course, we guarantee 1 day in, 1 day out, or your repair is free.
Very cool. All right, what's going on here?
So over here is one of our main sustainability programs. This is our circular economy program. For this program, we're actually using expired fleet tools that before this existed would have been sent directly to the recycler. Now we actually get to take them in here. We will take them apart and evaluate the parts based on certain very strict global criteria. And then if the parts meet the criteria, we can actually reuse them in the repair process. This program is in its early stages here in the Irving Service Center, but so far we've already saved about 10 tons of carbon emissions by not having to remanufacture those parts, and reused about 3,000 parts in the repair process.
And there's 2 parts to our sustainability topic here, so let's jump into the refurbished program.
So over here is our refurbished tool program. This is another main component of the sustainability programs that we have here, like Krista mentioned. Here we work with the same pool of tools, the expired fleet tools, but instead of taking them apart, we're actually testing them, and if they're not physically damaged and they work right, we actually refurbish them and then donate them to various nonprofit programs and disaster relief programs. If you look over here, these are examples of what we do. We'll get a dirty tool like this, old fleet labels, other labels, we'll clean it up so it basically looks like new. Then we'll put our own label on it and brand it for Hilti North America donations. We'll do the same things with the batteries and the chargers. If it's a cordless tool, each tool will go out in a box like this with the battery and the charger and the manual. If it's corded, it'll go out in a box like that with just the manual. So far, this program's been in existence about 5 years. We've already donated close to 8,000 tools to a total of about 170 different nonprofits. And with both of these programs, all these tools before they existed would have gone either to the landfill or the recycler. So they're great programs.
So as you can see, sustainability is embedded in our Hilti DNA. It is something that we really take pride in. It is one of the components of our Lead 2030 strategy, as we are best suited to be our customers' productivity partner from a productivity standpoint, from a safety standpoint, and a sustainability standpoint as well.
Awesome. I think that concludes our tours. Thank you guys so much for guiding us through our tour. And thank you guys for joining online. Hope to see you next time.
Goodbye.
Hey guys.